Welcome back to another episode of Sorry Mom and Dad. If you've been following our social media updates and hype about our special guest, then you know who's with us today.
But first, did your dick appointment flake tonight? Are you just trying to get freaky in the bedroom with your significant other? Or do you just really need a sexy little gift? Either way, Adam and Eve has you covered. Select almost any one item for 50% off. And then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff. And we love free stuff.
Hell yeah.
Free stuff's awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better. Enter offer code SMAD at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts. A sexy item from him, a sexy item for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 free spicy movies.
She said spicy.
I said spicy. Plus free shipping.
Because who doesn't love free shipping?
Yeah, because I'm not going to buy it if there's no free shipping.
Exactly the same.
That's SMAD. SMAD. SMAD at adamandeve.com.
All right, so Megan or Jack, would you like to give a background on our special guest today?
From the good old days of YouTube, we all know him, we love him, and can sing his songs in our sleep. He's a native Los Angeles singer, songwriter, producer with close to 1 million subscribers and over 125 million total video views on YouTube, and has worked closely with other popular OG YouTubers like Wong Fu, Niga Higa. Some songs you definitely know by heart won't even start. By my side.
It's my jam.
That girl. Please welcome David Choi.
Woo!
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Are you though? Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I feel like it's gonna be like an interrogation.
Oh, it is. That's why we brought the
Yes.
lights.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lights here.
And that's why we also supplied the alcohol.
Yeah.
To loosen you up
To
a little
loosen me up. It's working. I'm drunk right now.
Yeah, let's actually take a
Finished like there's like one sixth,
Yeah, just one sip.
1/6 of like the soju
Abby's
bottle.
barely 100 pounds, and she's
Exactly.
calling him out.
That's fine. That's fine. But also that means I'm a fucking raging alcoholic, dude.
It might. It
Well,
might
I
mean
mean-
that.
So David,
Yeah.
tell us about yourself. Even though Megan introduced you earlier.
Well, I'm a YouTuber.
We didn't
Yeah.
know that.
This is news to us.
That has collaborated with some other OG YouTubers. Like, sorry, I'm just repeating it. No, I'm originally from Orange County.
Ooh.
I'm an OC boy, but I've been living in LA for the past about 8 years, and yeah, I've have a history on being on YouTube as a content creator and singer songwriter producer, but now I'm working on a tech startup.
Oh, that's
I'm
amazing.
making
Tell us
an
about
app.
that.
Yeah, so building an app. It's called Taco. And Taco is basically, so I'll make it so that you guys could kind of relate to it. So you guys upload on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Insta
All the
stories all the time, exactly. And when you upload and people watch your content, does Instagram give you money?
No.
They don't.
Firm
They should,
no.
though.
They should
Instagram.
though,
Hello?
right?
Yeah.
That's what I believe, because
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're creating content for a platform and you're building a community, your followers, your friends, your just people who want to follow your stuff. Like, that's your community. I feel that if you're contributing to a platform and you're bringing back the community to watch your stuff, you should be getting some form of compensation for it. So,
Agree.
yeah, everybody agrees. So on our platform, when you get views, we actually compensate you for that.
Oh, so you can monetize your content. That's
So it's
pretty fucking
so
cool.
what we like to call Taco is the YouTube for short form content. Short form content is more like Insta Stories, Snap
Right.
type of content. So we want to compensate everybody for. It's not out yet, but that's really what.
I see big things in your future.
Yes.
Thanks.
How long have you been working on the app for?
We've been working on Taco since like the end of 2018.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Where
Yeah.
does the name Taco come from?
So we. Everybody likes tacos.
Okay, yeah, we're from LA.
Yep. And there's a lot of amazing tacos here. And it's more like a kind of like a play on words. Let's talk about it. It's a little cheesy, but
Yeah.
and,
Cute.
thanks. And it's easy to say, taco.
Yeah.
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 So that's kind of why we chose taco.
I like it.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Now, when you say we, who's your collaborators?
Yeah. So I have a co-founder who's the CTO, Chief Technical Officer. So he's the one who actually codes and builds everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And he also used to work for, Robert Downey Jr. and Ashton Kutcher. So he has like a history of working in entertainment.
So he worked for Iron Man. Okay.
Yeah, he did. Actually, we went to his office, like maybe 4 months ago, and he wasn't there, but his brother-in-law was there, and he had this like huge Avengers sign that was like like 20 feet tall. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I love LA.
Yeah. So that's my team. Yeah. I know it's a very LA thing to say, right?
I love that though. I mean, like the opportunities that you're given in LA definitely don't get anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, everybody here is like an actor or, singer and
Dancer.
Whatever.
Whatever else.
Influencer.
Yes,
a model.
Yeah. I think people give LA a bad rep because I kind of grew up here. I grew up in LA and OC, and the people I know that grew up here, they're very different than people who are transplants. LA, like if you meet people who are actually born and raised here, they're very different than the typical person you'd meet who's out here like studying or just out here for a job or trying to pursue like the arts.
Did you get that? Because Timothy De La Ghetto tweeted that.
No, did he? What did he say?
Yeah, he tweeted me that. He was like, all the people that are from LA are the people that like are cool. It's the people that move out of like places to LA. Those are the people that make it weird.
Actually, I do remember that.
Well,
too. I think
that's me and Megan.
But I've heard it in the opposite way too. Is that the people from LA are like the ones that are kind of more stuck up. But also depends on where you're raised in. In LA, because obviously Orange County and being raised in Beverly Hills, that's two different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like people who are born and raised in Beverly Hills, and I know some of these folks that are like really. They just grew up very privileged. Yeah. They don't know anything else, right? But the privileged life. So they're not going to go into the ghetto areas and like be able to have fun, right? They're scared actually. But I grew up kind of in OC and also in K-Town. And K-Town wasn't what it is today. Like downtown used to be super ghetto. I remember walking down the street and some dude would be like, "Hey, you want to buy some crack?" like, "No, it's all right, sir."
Not today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
That kind of happened to me. So I went to the Popeyes in Inglewood because I was like, I want that chicken sandwich. And I was in line, and then some dude comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you want some crack?" And I was like, "Wait, only in Inglewood, my dude."
Just get it as a side.
Can I have crack on the side?
You want some Popeyes for it?
Yeah.
Popeyes is basically crack. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I love Popeyes. I had that like a week ago.
Oh shit! I still haven't tried the chicken sandwich
Because
It's not even selling it anymore.
I'm like, fuck! I never got to try it.
I asked them when it's coming back, and the person at the drive-thru said in December.
Oh,
At least they had a solid
that's
answer.
a PSA for you guys. This chicken sandwich comes back.
You heard it from us first. SMAD.
All
Brought
right,
to you by
so
Popeyes.
David,
So
how did you and Jacqueline meet? I'm curious.
we met at Donko Pocha, right?
In K-Town.
In
Dongo.
K-Town. Yeah, and I was with a group of.
Yeah.
I was a little. I was drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk
As you
too.
should be.
I was being a fangirl.
Yeah, I forgot who I was with, but I think it was with. Do you remember who?
I don't remember.
I think it was a
were
big
with-
group,
Yeah, you were just
right?
with like a group of like guy friends, I think.
Yeah. I go there once in a while. I think it's an awesome spot. I met her, and then
I was like, can I get a picture?
yeah, and then I think we connected on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I saw her stuff, and I was like, oh, she's
Yeah.
kind of like she's doing her thing, and she has like an audience and stuff.
Content creator.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, we kept in touch, and then
And the rest is history.
yeah, and the rest is history.
And then we went out to drink another time.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, at the same place. So yeah.
Dude, we always meeting at that same place.
I
You
know,
should
yeah.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we usually start off our podcast with some updates from the past week. Would you like to share how your week went, David? What's some like shit you've gotten yourself into lately? Like any fun, exciting stories?
I'm gonna give you a bad answer. I was just working. Like when you have a startup, it's like you're some person like that I saw on Twitter. Like he said it best. Like he was like, basically what a startup is you're condensing like 10 years of work into like 2 years.
Yeah.
and
I
you're
can
just
imagine.
working nonstop so that you don't have to, you're working on a startup, so you don't have to like work at a company for forever.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're focused on right now. And, part of starting a company is fundraising. So fundraising is basically asking venture VCs for money so that you can start your
like
company.
investors.
Yeah.
Investors, yeah,
very
exactly. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And there are a lot of investors out there that want to invest in companies that, they think will do well because they'll make their money back.
I mean, that's easy money. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally like put $1 in, get 10 out. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but actually, 80% of investor money actually they lose it.
oh, 80.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. So that's like a really bad figure. But what they say is, we invest in 10 companies, the 9 fail, and we lose however much money, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. But that one company, if they're the next like Uber or Google,
Oh, yeah.
you make all that money back plus like however much percentage
Right.
back.
So it's worth it.
If you're smart about it.
I was talking about this with one of my coworkers recently. She was like, do you think there's any like possibility that another like huge platform could blow up in terms of social media? Because we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's like, is there
Taco.
room for other more?
Taco.
Absolutely, taco.
Exactly. There we go. Right
Hell
there.
yeah. No,
Now that at least we know about it before it even starts. We
Yeah.
can be like one of the first.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
download it ASAP.
No,
Once
there's
it
a
comes
wait
out.
list already.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
we'll get you your usernames.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that?
Yeah. First announcement on this podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, we're working really hard on it. We're just
Damn.
trying to create something that like I just want to make people money. That's really the bottom line.
I love that because from firsthand experience, like being a content creator and not getting paid for what you're doing, other than other people outside the platform paying for you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, YouTube is the only platform that pays people for their content.
That's true.
Right? You upload a piece of content and then you can monetize it. But Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, none
It's
of these
just for
platforms.
free.
Yeah, they don't.
actually, I don't know if TikTok's paying directly.
They do. They
Yeah,
offer
TikTok
guys
it
money.
does.
I'm
Some
getting
people,
paid by TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll pay you money, but then it's not like
But not regularly.
it's not like a part
Yeah.
of their business model.
Yeah.
So I think that's
it's
the
just
main
for
issue.
a marketing thing.
Exactly. And once they're done paying you and you do your thing, it's done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's dope.
That's me right now. My contract ends
you
tomorrow.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Check out Megan's TikTok.
Please don't.
I'm gonna check it out after this podcast.
Oh, it's pretty cringy, but funny. It's good. It's like
It's
normal
cringy.
TikTok
Like
shit.
it's Gen Z cringy.
All right, Jack. So tell us about your weekend.
Oh, well, so basically, I went to a music festival this past weekend. It's called AMF Festival.
Does AMF stand for a music festival?
No, it stands for All My Friends.
Oh, I thought it was adios, motherfuckers.
Okay, well, there's got a lot of different
if you
things.
drink
for
that, it's a good night for you.
But I went to that. It was 2 days. It was kind of interesting. It was very like disco house. So not really the type of music I love, but it was free, so I went to that.
We
It's
saw you
pretty
fist
cool.
pumping away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Just the occasional fist pump. There
Occasionally.
was literally, it was a really old crowd. I literally saw a 70-year-old couple, like grandma and grandpa, legit with like
love
white
that.
hair and shit. And like they were in the crowd. And I saw 2 different old couples on both days. So there's a lot of old people there. I was like,
Listen, that's gonna be us when we're 70.
Yeah, listen,
know.
if we're not 80 and raving together, I don't want it.
yeah, you gotta push me in my wheelchair, lift me up in the wheelchair.
Pop mollies with each other at 70.
Oh, actually, I did go to a rave where we lifted someone up.
No, I saw that before too. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh god. But yeah, that was basically all I did. Pretty fun. What about you guys?
Oh, well, I
Megan?
finally quit one of my 50 million jobs that I've been trying to quit for a very long time. So I have time to breathe. I started doing some like Halloween makeup yesterday for no fucking reason. But that's like one of my favorite things to do. It's just like Halloween's my favorite holiday. So if I can just do a face on somebody or myself, then I will. I asked Abby yesterday if I could do her Halloween makeup, but she had a dig appointment coming. And unfortunately, she didn't want to look like a motherfucking
Pumpkin.
ghost before her dig appointment.
Listen, I want to see him again, so, you know.
I mean, he saw me. Yeah, he walked in and I had like a full face of looking like a deer.
Yeah, she
You
had
had
deer
deer
makeup on.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was a deer face. I just might be a doe. Last Summer Walker. But yeah, he walked in. I didn't know he walked in yet, so I was like, Abby, look at my face. And I walk out of my room, and I think we both scared the shit out of each other because he surprised me, and obviously he saw my face and was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, then
my
Abby
God.
was like, "Yeah, that's my best friend."
Dude, you're always meeting Abby's like guys in the most weird situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
very
no
true.
normal way of meeting them.
Well, I mean, you guys live together. That's
Yeah.
why, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Recently, we started living
Yeah.
together.
oh, it's a recent thing.
Yeah, we
Just
started
recent.
like the beginning of this month, actually. So have you met any of my dick appointments?
Yes.
One.
1.
And I've met like 2. Caught one of them sneaking from the bathroom in his boxers. It was like we hadn't even been living together a week yet.
Yeah.
It was
And
like the
happened.
second day, dude.
It was like the second
It
day.
was the second day.
It was
It's
the
bound
second
to
day.
happen.
The walk
Yeah.
of shame.
The walk of shame from bathroom to bedroom. It was like more of like the scurry of shame. He was like the mouse.
Did he say hi?
Well, I had like this big ass shelf in my hand because I was
Oh,
trying to
that's-
set up my room, and so I looked up and I was like, you could,
Just another day.
Just another
day.
night.
Just another
Yeah,
day in the
fucking-
whorehouse.
Whorehouse.
But that's pretty much it. Like I just maybe no more working 7 days a week. But I should be like David.
Yeah, we should all be like David.
We should all be like David.
and be more hardworking.
I just want to dedicate more time into like the creative work.
Yeah,
Same.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if I could make this fucking podcast full time, I definitely would do it with you guys. So.
What would you do? Full time? Record every day? How would it be full time?
Well, I mean, you know, we should also be focusing on our YouTube channel. So,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Oh yeah.
Tune in our next episode, which is in 1 hour.
It turns into a live stream 24
I
hours.
know.
yeah.
24/7.
Like, we just talk about dick for 24/7. Like, we just can't stop talking about it.
How much can you really talk about dick? But what about you, Abby? I know you had
Well,
an interesting night.
You are correct. My weekend was quite eventful. Well, I'm currently cracked out on Adderall. Thank you, Megan, for
You're welcome.
sharing.
Like right now?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been cracked out since like what, 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Something
your
like
podcast
shit.
off the pill, ours is called on the pill.
I can see it, yeah.
It means 2 things.
that. Yeah, I only took Adderall this morning because Megan offered it to me. So Megan and I worked together, and I fell asleep at our meeting this morning. And
I was sitting across from her.
it's because my dick appointment last night lasted till 4 a.m. and I have to wake up at 7. So I got like 3 hours of sleep, and so I was like fucking tired as shit. So yeah, popped a fucking Addy, and then I got all my work done for today and tomorrow. So my manager was like, what the fuck? And then I had a date at Downtown Disney on Sunday night, and it was pretty cute. We went to, what is it, Ballast Point in Downtown Disney, and we just had beers. But the only issue was I thought I lost my fucking ID, because when I went to the bar, she's like, where's your ID? And I was like, well, shit, I don't know.
That's a good answer.
Am I supposed to have that?
So then I made the guy walk with me back to my car to get my ID. And then I got it back, went back to go drink, and we had a good convo, had a good time. So it's pretty
No
cool.
dick, though.
No dick from him, but I got dick last night.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The
we
same
know.
guy?
Listen, it's been like over 2 weeks since I had like a dick in my vagina.
Such a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time for me, dude. So like, you know, when you just are feeling so frisky and you're like, damn, I just need something right now, you become very bold. So I'm just like, hey, just come over. Even though I've
Yeah,
never met
she
you
was-
before.
She was like, is it too forward if I just texted a guy who was like, come over? I was like, no, I do it all the time.
Yeah, no, that's not, it's not too forward.
Like, a guy would be extremely happy if you
Yeah.
just
Like,
were
okay,
straight
on
up
the
with
way.
that.
Wait, can I ask, I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know
of
how
course.
crazy a question I asked,
Yeah.
but like, how
the
many
crazier the
guys do you guys juggle? Like, what's the most, I don't know if you guys have answered this before.
Abby. She has a
What's the most you
record
guys
right
each
here.
have juggled, like, you
At
know,
one time.
at one time?
Well, right now is my highest that I'm juggling right now. It's about like 8 guys.
Oh my-
Okay, but like,
No,
when
no,
you
but
just
like,
say, what,
no, I
chatting
think,
with them.
no, juggling as in like you're fucking with
fucking-
them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fucking with 4 people most.
Do they all know that?
No.
Or-
No.
Oh.
No.
I think
Never.
one of them knew.
One of them only knew in the summertime.
For me, it was 3, but I was overwhelmed.
Mine is 3 too. 3 is a lot already.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a lot to keep up with conversations and stuff too.
Because you're repeating the
Yeah.
same things over and over.
Yeah.
But out of those 3, there's definitely one that you connect with more, and it's the one that
Yeah.
you're like,
That's the
the
main
main
hoe.
hoe.
the main hoe.
The
We've
main hoe.
And you
explained
got
this
your
before.
sides, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mains and the side. Yeah.
All right, you know what, David? Let's get right into it.
Okay.
Welcome to
All right.
the interrogation process.
Yeah, take
He
another
takes
sip
a
of
drink
alcohol.
right now.
Because we're gonna hit it off strong.
Loosen
We're
it
gonna
up.
Start off like with a heavy hitter.
You ready?
Keep in mind, I'm also running a company, so.
All right, but listen.
But I'll try to answer everything that as honestly as I can.
Listen, we are very sex positive over here.
Yep.
Every human in this world likes to get it in.
Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah.
I'm glad that you agree. All right, so let's hit it off right with an icebreaker. David, what's your favorite position?
That's my favorite. Okay. I might take a while to answer some of these, so I have to
Okay.
think through. Like,
We can come back to it.
yeah, my favorite
Would you like to
position
come back to this?
is I'm pretty boring.
Oh, you're a missionary
Just
guy?
missionary.
Hey man, no. We've said this before.
But
can
you know what?
definitely make it good.
Yeah, but you know what? That's usually where I start. Yeah, I don't
No,
think.
yeah, no,
right, I think
yeah.
most
People
peop- I don't-
start there.
Well, yeah. If
and
you're
then you
like making out
switch to
with
Yeah,
your
exactly.
friend,
Yeah.
You're not gonna make out backwards.
I would say yeah, that's true. No, exactly. So I would say that that's my default position,
Default.
as I think most people's positions it starts that way.
That's very true, actually.
Sorry, I'm very logical about things. So
No, wow.
You're Asian. That's
yeah.
not
So I would say that that's like it really depends on the mood, but I would say that
okay.
that's like the most common position that I would see myself in.
Amazing.
Wait, do you have like different positions with like different types of girls? Maybe like.
It's not about the girls; it's more about the combination of different positions you have throughout the whole experience. I know, I'm like talking about it as if it was just like very mechanical, like a business transaction, right?
I hope it's not a business
No, but
transaction.
no, it's not a business. Oh my god,
There's
no.
another word for that.
Yeah. That'd be called prostitution. That's not what I'm talking about right now. But
I need a drink.
But no, it really depends on the mood, right? It's like
yeah, it does.
like how you feel about and what that other person wants as well. I'm more of like a giver than a taker, so
Oh, you hear that, ladies?
yeah.
Ladies, hit your boy David
He's
Choi.
a giver. We can
So
tell
that's-
by your music.
Single, right?
Thank you.
You single?
I'm actually taken.
Wait, really?
I am taken. Yep.
Oh.
Sorry guys. Sorry ladies.
Never mind, guys. He's not single.
I'm not
Take it
single.
back.
I'm
Delete
taken.
it. Cut
But
it.
congratulations to you.
Thank you. But yeah, I think it really depends on the moment, right? Like sometimes you want to get crazy, sometimes you want to,
Right.
get it over with. I mean, not get it over with. Sorry, that's not the right way to say it, but like just a quickie. Right? You want a quickie. Sometimes you want it to last.
yeah.
No. We can relate.
Hours.
There's some that you want to get over with.
Yeah, I can understand that. So.
Wait, David. So how long have you been dating your girlfriend for?
So it's been more serious for maybe about a year and a half or so.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I'm in a long distance right now.
How's that?
From
It's
where?
Huh?
From where? Where is she at?
She lives in Asia.
Wow.
Across the world.
That's long.
Damn, you
I
see,
know,
you have time difference.
I know
huh?
people are like, how come you don't like find a girl in LA? I'm
Well,
like,
when
'cause
you
I don't-
find her, you find her.
Yeah. So when you're 25, I feel like it depends on if you're a guy or a girl. So I mean, I'm 30. I'm in my 30s. So if you're 25, if you're a girl, that's when you start getting serious about finding like the one. It starts entering your brain like, oh shoot, I'm 25. 5 years I'm gonna be 30. Oh my God, if I
Megan,
don't want a
is this
family. Yeah. So that's kind of what starts happening. And then for dudes, like when you're 21, you basically stay 21 until you're like 40s, 40s. It sucks. I know. It's like I feel
That's why we date older men.
we're dating older men, right? But that's kind of how I break things down in terms of like
That makes
age
sense.
groups.
I mean, I think I guess it depends on which girls, but a lot of my girlfriends personally are very like career driven. Guys are not in the forefront of their thoughts. And so that's why you see a lot less of like having babies at 25 or 28. And usually like most of my friends don't get married till like 30 something, like mid 30s almost.
Yeah. Like I really wish that women would be able to have like healthy kids even in their 30s. It's not fair.
Like
You know, it's just really not fair. Like,
yeah.
Because you know, when they say that when you're a woman and you have your age of 30, and that's like when it starts getting a little risky, right? When
Yeah, you're
wanna
like
have a
past
kid.
your childbearing years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that really sucks, because I think if women didn't have that problem to deal with in life, I think they would totally be okay. Like, it'd be great getting married later in life, because you want to experience more.
So, what have you been doing since your OG YouTube days, other than your app? Like, do you still make music?
I make a little bit of music here and there. I worked on some stuff with Arden. Do you guys know Arden Cho?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I helped her with some music, but I am mostly focused on the app right now.
That's good.
Yeah. I do music like, I probably spend like 5% of my time on music right now.
All right.
It's more of like a hobby rather than a lifestyle.
And I like it as a hobby because,
Right.
you know, for so long, since I was 16, I actually was doing music full time for a living. Like, that was my job. And, you know, like, it's great and all. Like, I don't want to complain about that and say, like, you know, sound like a snob. But
You're like a household name, so.
But I really was very lucky to be able to do music for a living.
Yeah.
But you know, with anything, right? You get sick of it, and I've been doing it for over 10 years. So I was like, you know what, I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be the app, because I've always wanted to do something like this. And if I didn't do it, I would have regretted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's very true.
Yeah.
What was it like for you when you first like blew up on YouTube or in general, like just famous?
Well, so I started. So YouTube was created in 2005.
Yeah.
So I joined in 2006. So I was one of the
The
very
OG.
Yeah, so I was one of the first, like, I was like the first Asian American musician on the platform on YouTube. And like, I remember, so what they, on the homepage of YouTube, they used to have like, just like maybe 5 videos that were featured. And one of my, one of my songs was featured. And it was a song I wrote about YouTube called the YouTube Love Song back in the day.
Yeah.
And then it got featured, and then I remember waking up to a text message. He's like, "Hey, you're on the homepage of YouTube. What the heck?" And so I go up and I look at it, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm on the homepage, and I was really shy at that time. Like, I was super antisocial, but I put it up on YouTube because I just wanted to see what would happen. Right? I didn't think it would be featured on the homepage.
So you didn't expect it at
No,
all?
not at all. And it was on the homepage, and then I see it. I was like, "Oh shit! What do I do? What do I do?" And then
How do I handle this fame?
And I remember that day I went out to lunch, like I usually do, and I went to Panda Express.
Oh, he remembers what he.
I remember the first moment, and so I was going up to get my drink, and then this big Asian dude walks up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, aren't you on the homepage of YouTube right now?" And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, hey. He's like, "Oh, cool, man. Like, good job." I was like, thanks.
Wait, so that was your first time getting recognized?
That was my first time getting recognized, and it was a weird feeling, because it's almost like, I don't know if it's ever happened with you guys, but like it's a weird thing. You almost feel like flattered, but also at the same time kind of freaked out, because it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know you, but you know me.
Yeah.
Right? And
No,
like,
I've been approached at like arena, at like a coffee shop or something. They're like, "Oh my god, I listened to your podcast." I'm like, "Do you really?"
yeah.
It's almost like hard to believe that there's people that actually listen
I
to
know.
your
I
content,
say
Yeah.
that all the time.
which
Yeah.
is super cool though.
And then Jacqueline got approached in Vegas when we were together by like a fan. So.
You know, but usually they're pretty nice. That happened
Yeah.
another time at our
Yeah,
arcade
super
too.
nice.
And that was the first time ever. So he came up, he's like, "Are you Jacqueline?" And I was like super skeptical, and I was like, "Yeah, why?" And then he's like, "Oh, I follow you on Instagram. Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you know who I am?" And I started like almost crying because I was like, "Damn!" I felt so honored that someone knew who I was. I was like, "Wow, this has never happened before," and you just feel like so flattered, you know. But it was really cute. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what sucks is when someone doesn't know your actual name, which is me, and they just call me Silk Peach. Yeah, that's what happened.
Just your IG handle.
Yeah.
Well, what's worse is if someone calls you a different name.
Has that happened?
Yes, all the time.
What do they call you?
Not all the time, once in a while. Like probably like a month ago, I was walking, I forgot where, I think it was Little Tokyo, and like the group of kids walks in the other direction, and the kid's like, "Oh my gosh." He like looks at me, he's like, "David So." And I was like, "David Choi," and then I just walk away. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was a little mean. Like I didn't stop and say hi, but
Well, they're
I
kids,
just didn't care
so
at that
they're.
time. So,
You're like the millennial grown.
Yeah,
We grew up
yeah.
with you, but like Gen Z, not so much.
yeah.
Or
I love
what's
that.
after Gen Z? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Gen Z's like millennials to baby boomers is Gen Z to
Yeah.
millennials.
Yeah.
So David,
yeah.
how has your dating/sex life changed since becoming famous?
Yeah.
There are definitely advantages for sure,
Advantages?
as you guys know,
Okay.
right? Like
The clout chasers.
exactly. There's clout chasers. There are those who just want to, put it on their, goal, like their goal list, like
Like a
oh,
checklist?
yeah, their checklist, right? Achievement list.
I
like,
fucked David Choi.
yeah, exactly. Or just like a YouTuber, which I understand. Like, I'd be lying if I say that I didn't use that. I think that applies to every sort of public figure,
I can
right?
relate.
Right.
Like, I'm not famous, but like,
No,
I
you're
have,
pretty fucking famous, David.
no, I don't think so. Like, I mean, compared to some of my other friends, I'm always going to compare, but every single person uses it because it's, when it comes to attraction, right? I think that everybody has certain checklists, right? Like there's a standard cliche, like, tall, dark, and handsome type of thing, right? And those are things too, but fame, success, it's still on that list. So if you have any combination of those things, it does create this thing called attraction, right?
Right. Yeah.
Same thing with girls. Like, some guys may say, I like girls who are shorter or taller or, have tattoos or, are funny or like, there's like a lot of different check marks, right? And
I
think,
checked all of those.
so, I mean, it's the same thing, right? Like fame is just one of those things.
All
And,
right.
yeah,
So
that's how I think
David,
of it.
just personal question: how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
5'3"? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the same height.
So,
5'6".
does that ever affect your dating life in any way? I'm only asking
Mm-hmm.
this because we briefly have talked about like short guys in one episode.
Yeah.
Because listen, I've had my share of short guys. Like I've dated like 5'4" guys before, and
Not 5'3"?
actually,
There's not a lot of dudes that are 5'3", so.
So like I've had short guys with like huge dicks and like tall guys with small dicks.
Yes,
Are you
and
about
I've
to ask
also
who's
seen
dick
that
size?
myself as
You
well.
have amazing. Gotta compare dick sizes, guys, right?
I mean, it's not like we're not like, yo, your dick is small or your dick is big. Like, we don't do that. But if you go to I'm Korean, so I've been to like jjimjilbangs, which is like, like the like public
spas,
bathhouse and
yeah.
spas.
Right.
And
Spa.
like, you're not, I mean, you don't check it out, obviously, but there are times when it's just like, it's just there and you're like, oh, hey, okay,
Damn,
wow.
you hung.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, what is your take on this, and what's your experience with being, a little on the shorter side?
Yeah. It honestly hasn't really affected me too much.
good.
Nice.
I think it comes down to like, confidence and
Yes.
all those basic things that
Yes,
people
that's
talk
what
about.
we fucking talked about.
Because I like what I talked about, like attraction, right? Like,
Yes.
how do you define attraction, right? There's the obvious, right? You look at someone's photo and they're, a good-looking dude or a,
Person.
good-looking
Right.
girl or whatever, right? And I think, like I said, if you have those check marks on any other the other boxes, like it does help anybody for that matter, right? Like,
Very true.
I have friends who would that doesn't sound bad, but I have a friend who said, I would definitely have sex with an old woman if she had money.
Oh, we have all three of us
Yeah.
have been on Seeking
Sugar
Arrangement at
daddies?
some point.
I mean, you look at Hollywood, for example, right? You always see like an old, wrinkly dude, right? Doesn't matter how
That's a
tall
regular
they are.
thing on like Melrose.
Yeah, and you know what? When like some people may say, "Oh, that's so superficial," or that won't work out. You know what? Sometimes it does work out. I really do think that if you have that emotional connection. I mean, if it's like a really old person and a hot girl, that's different. But if it's like a decent looking dude with a hot girl, I think those relationships can work out because I've seen it for myself.
Yeah,
you know?
I've definitely seen
Even
that.
with guys who are not wealthy or whatnot, but they just like I have friends who are not good looking who married really, really attractive women. And I'm like, damn, how'd you do that? And they're not rich either, right? And it works out sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't
Everyone
know. I
has their
feel
own
that
taste.
way.
We always say being funny gives you like 5 extra points.
Exactly.
It really does.
5 to 10, depending
Yeah.
on how funny you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
And they're
funny
probably
takes
funny,
you
right?
a long way.
Yeah.
Are you they're probably funny.
Wait, my friends?
Yeah, your unattractive friends who are dating.
Or they
hot
have, like,
girls.
Some of them
A
are funny.
plus.
Yeah, some of them are not.
Okay.
Some of them are just really nice. So I find that really strange. I don't know. Maybe you guys can comment on that. But I think maybe when a girl my theory is like when a girl wants to settle down,
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, I don't want this bad boy anymore because they're gonna break my heart. They're gonna, abandon my child. So I want this nice guy who's gonna take care of the kid.
But you said a lot of people use like your more famous friends use their famosity,
Animosity.
their fame to their advantage. So, what is your favorite pickup line?
Oh my gosh.
Is it "I'm David Choi"?
No, that would be douchey.
What's up, girl?
To be honest, I was never good with pickup lines.
So how do you approach girls?
I was really I was a bit.
Hi.
I'm pretty shy. I'm still pretty. I'm confident, but I'm also.
You're like reserved.
I'm very reserved. Yes, that's a good word. So usually it's gonna sound stupid, but
We love it.
yeah. I feel like usually I would always be around my friends, and this wasn't intentional, but usually my homies that I hang out with, they're usually the ones who are more outspoken, more extroverted. They'll go out and like bring people to our
They'll drag
table,
you
or
out
like
too,
they'll
right?
drag me out.
Yeah.
Because also like as a YouTuber, I have to kind of be aware of
Like who you associate with.
not so much that I didn't really care too much about that, but it's more about I don't want someone taking a video of me being
I see.
super sloppy.
yeah.
So I do deal with a little bit of that too.
Okay.
So I don't want to look like a slob or makes
Yeah.
You've done a pretty
Looks
good job.
stupid.
I don't feel like I've seen you snorting coke on the internet.
Yeah. So I have to be conscious of that because it's also my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause there's always eyes on you, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever you go out. or
Yeah, especially in
anything.
K-Town,
Yeah.
like there's always
That's your area.
it's my area and I grew up in it, but I do feel safer when it's in like closed
own
areas, like
closed
it's like a
circle.
friend's house or something, or
Oh, yeah.
like a bar where it's like on a Monday night and there's like nobody there.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of let loose. So
God. Wait, David, have you ever gotten your heart broken?
absolutely, yeah. That's how I wrote my songs.
What was the worst one?
Yeah. Tell us about your
Worst
heartbreaks.
one.
My
You don't
worst
have to go too into
heartbreak story was so there was so one of my ex-girlfriends when I first met her, she was like everything that I wanted. Like the how like everybody has like a dream
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
of somebody that
Yep.
they're like, wow, this is what I
Yes.
wanted. So I felt like that. So I felt like that was her, and this was also long distance. So
Wow, you really love the long
I love the long distance.
Listen, David.
Yeah.
My past relationships have also all been long distance, so I completely feel you. On
Yeah,
that,
there's something about it that's really kind of romantic in a way, right? It's like
Sort of.
they're far away and you're far away.
Yeah,
And,
because don't you build up like your longing to see them
yeah,
after time?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Heart distant makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Yeah. So poetic.
Right.
So yeah, that was so it was a girl that I met like overseas. She was an American, but she was working in another country, and we decided to go out. And I was traveling a lot, so I saw her pretty often. I felt like when we broke up because of the distance, and also she wasn't. What I realized was she wasn't actually the right one for me.
Okay.
I was pretty heartbroken, and then I got over it in like a week. So.
Oh,
I was like,
the
Yeah.
difference between
Yeah.
men and women.
that was me. Remember whenever my ex dumped me after like long distance and stuff. I got over it in 3 days.
Yeah, well, I told you he did you a favor.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Yeah, you know what? It helps to have friends who say stuff like that.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
it's like, it helps you get over it quicker.
Megan definitely helped me through my breakup. Jacqueline did too. Like, Jacqueline was the one who dragged me out to stuff, like, got me over my breakup. Megan dragged me out to shit. Like, I would just surround myself with all my friends, and that's how I got over it.
That's so important.
We actually weren't close until her breakup. So
No, dragging your friends out who just went through something,
Right.
that is so important.
Yes.
so important.
Yeah, it works
Even
really
if
well.
they're like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
Like,
you got
show up
it.
at their house and take them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so David, on the topic of relationships, we're gonna go into dating in LA. All right. So, how would you personally explain the dating scene in LA? Like, has it been successful for you over the years before your current girlfriend?
Well, he obviously dates outside of LA.
He's like, fuck
Very
LA.
much
You know what?
outside.
I have. I can't say that I've properly dated girls in LA
Okay.
because they're not. It's so bad. I didn't feel at the time. I mean, I'm older than you guys, so I can say this. But at the time, I didn't think they were dateable. Most girls.
Back in my
that I've
days.
met. Back in my days.
American Martyr.
And I think the same probably applies now. You know, people are here to work and to like advance, you know, on the social ladder, and it's not, you know, you're not here to necessarily fall in love. I mean, you're here to have fun, right? So, I feel like LA is all about who you know. Like, oh, you know this person.
So
you know
for
this
sure.
person.
Yeah.
Networking.
New York is more about
Work.
like what company do you work? Like what finance company do you work for? Oh, you're a VC or you're a financial analyst.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly. Oh, what consulting firm, right? That matters in New York. In San Francisco, it's like, oh, what tech company do you work? Oh, you're a founder. Oh, you're a CEO of a company.
Startup.
That's
Ooh.
what you're a startup founder. Right? So that's what matters more up there. So I think in every place it you know
differs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you have a blue check?
Yeah.
Yes. Pants are off already.
Guilty.
Guilty. We're all guilty.
Yeah.
So has it changed over time for you for dating in LA? Like, I know you said like it went way back then, like the girls were not dateable, but as you progressed in LA, like, has it ever changed?
I think I think some of the basic like rules still apply, right? The basic stereotypes.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's this is a place where you have fun.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
And I think like it's really, besides Vegas, like LA's pretty optimized for that.
So are you saying like you've never really had like a successful relationship in Los Angeles before?
I mean, I dated a girl. Actually, I did have one girlfriend that was here.
She's listening and she's disappointed.
No, she's not listening. But I dated her for, I think it was a little less than a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if relationships out here last very long, generally speaking.
Damn.
But
Not mine.
We know that.
but
Well, they
not,
have to start to last.
yeah, I mean, not to say that you can't find a good guy out here.
Yeah.
It's just harder.
You know, it's you know what I think it is? I think it's an age thing. Like, if you date guys who are like 30 and later, they're more ready to settle down because they already had their fun.
That's true.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I feel like in LA, it's almost like almost 40. Like, that's when they're ready.
Yeah, because I've been kind of going out with this guy who's like 30, and he acts like he's 21. And I'm like, the whole reason I dated older was to match the maturity level.
Yeah.
So, like, what is this? I don't want to date a child.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not 30, sorry. Maybe more like 35.
Go on
Just
to
to be
an
safer.
arrangement, find you a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so on those terms then what's the best and worst date like you've had with a girl?
The worst date. I don't really feel like any of my dates were really that bad, to be honest.
Okay.
I've had good dates and average dates, but nothing. I mean, that's kind of.
But nothing like spectacular. Like, wow, I wish I could like
Yeah.
press rewind and do it again.
Like a first date, like a memorable first date.
I've had some. I mean, man.
Wait, what is your usual date? Like, what do you usually
I feel like
do on a
everyone has a
date?
go-to first date.
Yeah.
Man, if this wasn't being recorded, I would tell you a different story. But
All right, he'll tell us the story after we
Cut the cameras.
I mean, a good date is a good date is where you get to know the girl and they get to know you, and then you meet again.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the phase of your life, right? Okay, before I had a girlfriend, a successful date was a date where you end up like probably hooking up or
Yeah,
that
that's
sort of
very
thing.
true.
Yeah,
Sorry, my life.
because that's what guys want when
Yeah.
you're in your 20s. Like, yeah, guys just want that. Guys just want sex like all the time.
Thank you,
the one-
David.
not the one I was talking to. Apparently.
What?
Oh yeah.
We
No,
waited
he
a
does.
whole ass month.
He
Yeah,
does.
No,
He's just
I
shy, and you need to initiate.
No, I know he does.
Yeah.
He did. But I think it was like some guys are like, oh, if I like hold it off, maybe she'll. Like,
No.
This is a strategic game.
No.
I don't fucking know.
That doesn't. No, there's no such
No?
guys like.
Yeah, David says, I
Ga-
will tell you the truth.
Well, then why the fuck did I wait a month?
The shyest guy. Wait, so did you end up sleeping with him after a month? Or?
Oh, for sure. Like the
Okay,
day of.
gotcha.
Like,
So, I mean, there are guys who are just shy, right? And I would say that at some point I was also in that category. And sometimes you just want the girl to initiate. I know that sounds like not manly at all, but it's because they're shy. Like they don't, they don't know how to interact with the opposite sex. So
Okay.
sometimes a girl just needs to, push them on the sofa and just for the couch.
which
and,
all three of us are not the type to initiate necessarily.
I actually did.
What? Just texting someone? Can you
No,
come
bitch,
over? Is not
no.
initiating.
Last night, I was like, fuck, it's like almost 3 a.m. I gotta do
Oh,
something.
I was tracking. Like, I was like, damn, it's fucking 12:30 and he's still not fucking.
Yeah, there we go.
I was literally about to tweet it. I was like, fuck already. God. It's hard when you like. When you live like one wall away from each other,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like you know what's happening.
Wait, you didn't hear anything last night?
No,
right?
well,
Amazing.
the reason I fell asleep early so I could avoid that.
He kept asking. He was like, I don't want your roommate to hear anything. I was like, don't worry about it.
I honestly, I'm also deaf, so I wouldn't hear anything anyways.
Great.
But I did hear you guys like laughing and stuff. And you guys, okay, first of all, they
You
went
guys
to the
giggle?
bathroom 20 times in like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, we kept because we were drinking all night last night. so
Okay.
I was like,
Oh.
why do you keep going to the bathroom?
Yeah.
What is going on in there? But I was like, well, it's about to happen.
that's like
I'm
a
just gonna
good
go sleep.
perspective, David. Like guys just want sex at this age, which is why all of us are fucking single out here. Me, Jacqueline, and Megan. So,
Well,
and you know what? If it wasn't like that, we wouldn't have this fucking podcast.
Yeah,
honestly.
and guys also not to leave out the dudes who do want to be in a relationship.
true.
Like I think guys, by default, just it's safe to assume every single guy wants to have sex with the girl that they're on a date with. That's just know that as a default, right? But it's not to say that they don't want to find the one.
Yeah.
Every guy is subconsciously trying to find the one. Like,
Yes.
who can I like have a child with, basically,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Every guy is thinking that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the priority is I want to have sex with this girl.
Okay.
Well, when the
Yeah.
blood flows down there, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, when did you start realizing that you were done with all that shit and you wanted to like start being serious?
Yeah. So I think there comes a time when like you come across a girl and you start thinking, oh wow, I think I can start a family with this girl.
I think you have a song about this.
I probably do. I think that's really when you
Cue
start.
song.
Yeah. I think that's when you decide to be more serious, right?
Yeah.
Like if like a girl is, having fun, sleeping around,
Yeah.
like, doing their thing, like you're like, okay, not the right one. But when you're ready and you feel like they're ready, you have your like a stable job, and you're like, okay, I've already slept with these girls, like a bunch of girls, and I just want to move on to the next level, like the next stage of life. That's when guys start like settling down.
All right, but okay, let's say that you find like a really good girl, right? Prior to your girlfriend, of course, but like hypothetical question.
Sure.
As in like
If I didn't have a girlfriend.
yes. Do you think a girl's history matters to you at all?
No, not at all.
Amazing. See, men, be more like David Choi.
It doesn't matter because, I mean, it depends on the person, right? I have friends who tell their girlfriends like everything that they do. Actually, not everything. They cover some stuff, but you know, if you're a dude that has slept with 100 girls, I don't think any girl wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't tell a guy my body count.
Exactly. Like, just don't, like, I think in terms of the count, like, don't tell anyone ever. Right. I don't think, unless they're friends, but I just don't think it's like, you don't want to air your dirty laundry, you know?
Exactly.
And it's not about that, because if you explain that, it doesn't necessarily, you know, mean that you don't want people to think that you're a certain type of person because of that.
Exactly.
Right? It's just a phase of life, and everybody grows and becomes better and becomes, you know, whatever they are.
So what you're saying is, if we're talking to any guy, we should not tell them we have a podcast.
If I were you guys, I would not tell any dude that you guys have a podcast.
Well, first of all,
They always fucking find out.
we've been trying, but they find out.
Yeah.
Because because it's on your Instagram.
Yeah. I removed it off my fucking bio.
But you know
for
what?
a reason.
You know what? Because they can easily find it, because, you know, nowadays, like, you can go through anyone's Instagram and really figure out what they're working on, right?
Right.
I would just say that just be open with it, if anything, or if it's like, just don't talk about it on the podcast.
Like,
but then that would make your podcast.
Oops.
Well, we've kind of figured out each of our own little ways on how to go around that.
Yeah.
Like, I met guys who are completely fine with it because they know that we're not exclusive, so I'm allowed to see other people. But there's also, like, guys that I just straight up like, oh, I have a podcast, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Or just don't talk about, like, I had sex with this dude last week, and the guy who's listening is gonna be like, that was me.
That's all of us, actually.
Actually, we
just
do that pretty often.
Yeah. If you are, then just be like, I once had sex with this dude.
Oh yeah, trust me, we've
more
had our
vague.
share of like
It doesn't
vagueness
help that
here.
we do these weekly updates. Yeah, so last night.
Or just do like a 2019 update.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also like kind of refreshing to know like
Yeah.
some guys literally don't give a shit about it because they know that this is like us, you know. It's like if you're not okay with the fact that we talk about these things, then it's like you're not the one for us. Yeah, it's like you should never change for a person, and that's what I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, any guy who wants to be involved with me at all should know that I'm a very open person.
Yeah.
And obviously, I went a whole month without having sex, so I'm okay. But I'm saying, like, they have to be okay with me being, like, the face of, like, sex positivity, you know? Like, for Asians. Like, as of right now on our podcast. So, I mean, I wouldn't go for a guy who, like, oh, you have a sex positive podcast? You talk about being a whore? Like, no.
Yeah.
I'll be like, bye. The door's that way.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to, like, I've never been a fan of, like, calling girls slut or whore.
Oh, we call ourselves that.
I know you guys do, but, like,
Yeah.
but, you know, like, it's not fair that, like, guys cannot be called that either. It's the same shit. Like,
Yeah, and guys get like praised for having a
Exactly.
lot of sex, and
Yeah.
then if a girl does, she's a hoe.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm not a
what?
fan of that.
Double standard.
Yeah.
It's a
And that's
double standard.
exactly why we make this, is because we want to break
Yes.
that fucking stigma, you
Right.
know? Like, girls have sex. Like,
Yeah.
even Asian girls,
They have,
like, you know?
girls need love
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. Thank you, Summer
Sex is
Walker.
healthy.
Yes. And I think that stigma should be broken, especially in like Asian American culture where you assume that like, oh, like because she's an Asian girl, she doesn't really do much, or like she doesn't have like that time to go out, or she's not living that, you know, like exploratory lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we should change the way that we think about like Asian American females in general. It's like they have fun too, and it's fine. Like there's a bunch of guys out there, they're like fucking and sucking and all that shit, but it's like, why can't girls do it too?
Yeah.
And not
you don't
be
have to
fucking
be
judged for it.
a total promiscuous girl to, you know, enjoy. But
Yeah.
it's like I've heard a lot of girls, Asian girls, associate like shame with sex, which is really unfortunate, but that's kind of what we were raised to. Like, oh, if you have sex, you're a bad person. Like, you're a bad child. And so that kind of gets ingrained in our memory, and we want to undo that.
Yeah.
It's our job. Exactly. It's our goal.
And it's like, even though like me, Megan, and Jacqueline, we have like our casual encounters and shit, but it's like, you know, we all have that deep feeling of wanting to find someone in the future, of course.
Right.
But it's like we're here to have fun right now, and it's like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So,
In the
Well
words
said.
of Ali Wong, if we have sex with you on the first date, it's not that we don't respect ourselves, it's that we don't respect you.
I love it.
She's awesome. I love Ali Wong.
I would
Love
love
her.
Ali Wong
She's
to
so
fucking
cool.
be on our podcast.
So,
I would
David,
literally die.
would you like to share with us any interesting or funny drunk stories that you've had before?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I have a
happened in
lot.
K-Town?
A lot.
Yes, our little lightweight
What's
boy.
the first one that pops in your head?
Well, it's a bad story. It's it was
The
unfortunate.
badder, the
it was
better.
unfortunate for the girl.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in Vegas actually.
Amazing.
You know,
Amazing.
a lot of bad things usually happen in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
This was years ago. But okay, let me just gather my thoughts.
Before the girlfriend.
Here. Yeah, before the girlfriend. Yes, I should clarify. So I was out there with a bunch of friends, and we decided to stay an extra night.
Okay.
And so we drank a bunch at the hotel, and then I went out to I forgot which club it was. I think it was like Marquee or one of those
Yeah.
Okay.
those clubs. And I went out there, and it was really fun. And then we got into we kind of like merged with this other group that was there.
Okay.
They were Asian, and we were like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Like, you know, I don't know. It was one of those naturally, right? Gravitate towards each other, and we just started hanging out. And then there was a girl there that I was attracted to, and then by then, like because we were pre-drinking, I was pretty tipsy already, and I we're whatever on the.
There's no such thing as sober in Vegas, so we get it.
Yeah. So we were having fun or whatever, and then I grabbed her arm and I was like, "Okay, you're gonna follow me."
I love it.
And then-
He's confident.
Yeah, so I grabbed her and then I started walking
Assertive.
through the club, and then I didn't know it, but I was super drunk and I didn't realize it, and then I stopped like halfway through the club and I was like, I don't know where I'm going. 'Cause I was so drunk. And the next thing I remember is I have like vague like just
Like
flashbacks.
Yeah.
I remember a flashback of being in the taxi. I remember, and then that's all I remember actually. And then so I wake up the next morning, in our room, right, with all of my friends, and I'm in a cot, and I'm in my boxers. So I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, I'm in my boxers in my
How
cot.
did I get here?
And I feel great. Like I slept really well, very
Okay.
well rested. I walk over to the bathroom, and I see puke like all over the toilet seat. And then I'm like, oh shit. And I look through my phone, just look through the text messages, and I just see like a whole string of text messages of like, David, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? From like multiple people.
Yeah.
And then so one of my friends, he walks in the door and he's like, dude, do you know what happened last night? It's like, I have no idea, but I feel great right now. And he's like, dude, I found you on like the 12th floor. We were staying at the Cosmo, and there was a girl holding you in her arms, trying to text me. I just happened to end up on that 12th floor. We were staying in the penthouse, but like he's like the elevator door just opened on the 12th floor, and you were just lying there with a puddle of puke next to you, with the girl next to you, trying to text me. And so I texted her the next morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about last night. My bad. I'm really sorry.
My bad.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, it's all good. It happens. It's Vegas. She was really cool about it.
Okay.
Because
And
you're
then-
David Choi.
No, and then I was like, did I like puke or anything like that, like around you? And she's like, yeah, you puked in my hair.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I really,
Damn.
that was not good. And then that's the end of the story.
Oh
That's the end of the story.
my.
That
I
was
can just imagine like some projectile vomit going into her
I don't even
hair.
know what happened, to be honest, but like we drank a lot. Before
You'd
we
have to
went
be
there.
Michael B. Jordan to throw up in my hair and me to still respond.
I would be fucking pissed.
So I mean, it's a good story for her.
Oh.
David Choi threw up in my hair.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, but that is a story to
Shameful.
tell.
Yeah.
Was it Never Have I Ever?
Yeah.
You could be really targeted on that one.
Yeah. For sure.
This is if you're down. Do you have any crazy, funny sex stories? Because you know our audience loves a sprinkle of sex. So we got to put it in there.
And we put it at the end because we knew
Yeah.
you were gonna drink the
Have
whole
you ever
bottle.
had like really
This
shitty
was
sex?
tough. I don't know if I could share this.
Well, you know.
Crazy sex stories.
Just like crazy, like.
Yeah, like, did you do it in public before? Did you get caught?
Yeah. Did you do it on the pool on top of the Ritz-Carlton?
Like Jacqueline did?
On top of the Ritz-Carlton here?
One of us has.
Just Jacqueline.
Man, crazy sex stories.
Have you ever had sex outside of like a bedroom?
Yes, in a car.
Playground. We've all
Yeah,
done
we've all
playground.
done playground
Yeah.
in a car.
Theater.
Ooh, movie.
Oh,
theater.
actually, I've never done a movie theater.
With other people or just you guys? With other people there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to explain the mechanics of that.
I actually have never been able to have sex in a movie theater because I didn't know how to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, you
yeah.
need to explain the mechanics of that.
No, my friend
there
did it
can't be
before.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as there's no people there.
So did
It's
you just
like-
choose a movie that was just really old?
No. Usually you got to go on a weekday, like on a Monday night, like the
Yeah.
latest showing.
Oh,
All right, tips, guys.
That's the
the
tip.
tips
yeah.
and tricks.
Yeah.
If you want to have a movie theater sex experience.
Okay, no, everyone's gonna have sex on fucking Monday night at movie theater now. Jesus.
How many
orgy.
It's this theater orgy. Yeah.
When they get caught, David Choi told
Yo,
me.
I do have crazy stories, but I can't say it on this podcast, unfortunately. I'm sorry to all the listeners. Sorry to you guys.
We tried. We
I
listened to them.
can't. I'm gonna run a tech company. These people are gonna find my name and they're gonna blackmail me.
David, will you tell us after we finish recording?
I'll tell you guys after.
Amazing, I'm down. Let's keep drinking
you know
after
what?
this, guys.
Sorry, it is what it is.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so that's all for today. Thank you, David, for
Thanks.
joining us today. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you spending your time here with us tonight on a fucking Tuesday night, very random.
And being our first ever guest. Holy shit.
I'm honored
Shout
to
out
be
to
here.
you.
So are you down to drink with us sometime?
Absolutely, yeah.
Amazing. All right, let's
Yeah.
plan some shit.
Let's do it.
Well, we have 4 more bottles, so.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go out sometime. So, would you like to plug any of your social media handles or upcoming projects for us?
My Instagram is David Choi Music,
Okay.
and I would love everyone to sign up for Taco.
Yes,
So
please.
it's
How do you spell that, by the way?
TAKKO.
TAKKO.
Yeah, so if you go to takkoapp.com,
Okay.
when we launch, people can sign up, and then you upload whatever you're uploading regularly on Instagram, and you make money on it. So that's really,
We're so
it's really
excited.
simple as that. Yeah.
When is that potential launch date, by the way?
So we're thinking. Today is. when do you guys plan on launching this?
We're planning on releasing this every Monday night.
Okay.
So next Monday.
So I'd say as of like
28.
the date of this is released, probably like in a couple months after.
Oh shit. So 2020, correct?
20. Oh shit.
Yeah, 2 months from now is already December.
Oh my gosh. Close to
2020.
2020. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
All right, so let's
Starting
get on
the
with it,
decade
guys.
off
Everyone
right.
needs to sign up for the Taco app, get on the wait list, and you'll find us there. The SMAD show on there. So
We'll be one of the first. Probably not, but we'll try.
definitely, I'm very intrigued to sign up for the app. So if you guys already know, follow us on Instagram at SMAD Show on Instagram. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Follow us on Spotify. And yeah, as we always say at the end of every episode, David, you're free to join us.
Join in.
Sure.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.